So is massage therapy a good career for people with anxiety? I got this question from a commenter. It was a comment that was left on the pros and cons of being a massage therapist video. The short answer is yes, but there's so much more that can be said about this. And I can really only speak from my experience. I am someone who has struggled with anxiety for my entire life. But recently, in the last couple of years, it's really not an issue anymore. I feel like I've actually overcome my anxiety, or at the very least found some really solid ways of coping with it when it comes up. I actually made a video about my experience in overcoming anxiety, and I will link that video in the cards. The video is actually on another channel. I have another channel called Miserable Cow, and that channel is focused on mood and mindset. So if you're interested in hearing about tips and tricks for managing anxiety or overcoming anxiety, check out that video in the cards and you might find that helpful. This channel, Bright Star Massage, is really more focused on the experience of being a massage therapist and running a small business. But this question from the commenter, is anxiety a good career choice for massage, is so relevant. Because for me, being a person with anxiety was a huge, huge factor in my decision to choose massage therapy as a career. A lot of people suffer from anxiety, and they're all different. There's people that are more introverted and people that are more extroverted. There are highly sensitive people, and people have a whole bunch of different personality types. And any personality type can suffer from anxiety at times, but some personality types tend to be more anxiety prone. A few things about me, because I can really only talk about this from my personal experience. I am a highly sensitive person. If you're wondering if you are a highly sensitive person, you can easily take a test online. And I'll put a link in the description to a test online to find out if you are a highly sensitive person. Another fun fact about me is that my Myers-Briggs personality type is INFJ, and these types tend to be more neurotic, more anxious, and more empathic, and a lot of times highly sensitive. So because of all of those factors, I sort of gravitated towards massage therapy as a career, and it's a really good choice for me. And massage therapy has also helped me manage my anxiety. So if you're curious about your Myers-Briggs personality type, I will also put a link in the description to that test. And if you're not familiar with it, it can be really fascinating for people. It can really open up a lot of new understanding for people if, they're not aware of their type and then they find out. It can be very helpful. So INFJs a lot of times have a difficulty fitting into conventional society. We're just kind of like offbeat people. We might feel like outsiders and just not really fit in. A lot of times a conventional job choice just isn't gonna feel comfortable. It's not gonna be a good fit. And so for that reason, freelance careers can be a good choice for INFJs. I'm a person that needs to be freelance. I've been self-employed for most of my adult life. I have very rarely in my entire life been employed by other people. I just need this freedom. So in that way, massage therapy is a good career choice for me. A lot of highly sensitive people, empathic people, and INFJs in particular gravitate towards caring careers where they are giving to other people, like counseling and massage therapy. I've been a massage therapist for a long time, but I actually think I might be slightly better suited to be a counselor, or at the very least, that is something that I would also enjoy. I'm not about to go back to university to get a degree, so counseling is out of the question. Not gonna happen. However, I am working towards coaching. I am working on designing a coaching program, and I hope to be coaching sometime within like a year or two. I think that's a good choice for me, but massage therapy for the last 14 years has also been a good choice. So the type of anxiety that I have is kind of free-floating. It's running in the background most of the time. I'm just a very neurotic person, but I don't have anxiety attacks. I don't have any kind of panic disorder. So my anxiety is just running in the background. It's kind of free floating. I worry about a lot of things all the time. So why has massage therapy been such a good choice for me in regards to my anxiety? As a massage therapist, even if you have a really full schedule, and that means different things to different massage therapists. For me, like 20 hours a week would be really, really full. And that actually doesn't hardly ever happen in my career. For other people, they have a little bit more stamina and they can handle 25 or 30 hours. I don't know how they do that. I think that's crazy. Most recently, a couple weeks ago, I had 17 hours in a week. And that was very, very rare because the week prior, I had 3 hours. It's summer, it can be very slow. In general, massage is really inconsistent. So I could have like 3 hours in a week and then 15 the next week and then 7 the next week. It's all over the place. But even in that week where I had 17 hours, I still had plenty of time to take care of myself in the morning. And if you are a person with anxiety, having healthy habits of self-care is really going to help you manage your anxiety. So for me, every morning I have time to exercise. Exercise is really important for me in managing my anxiety. I also have time for journaling and other healthy habits. I go through phases where I do different things. I practice guitar and sing every day. Singing is something that really makes me feel better. Sometimes I meditate or I practice breathing exercises. So having time in my life to actually do those self-care routines every day is hugely beneficial. I also have time to be organized and prepared. For me, having an organized life makes me feel a lot less anxious. Being prepared for work. I take my work very, very seriously. And no, it doesn't take all day to get prepared for one appointment later on, but it's just like everything in general, checking in on my advertising and continuing education and just, being really prepared. Some people are so busy, they're just flitting here and there. They don't really even have time to be prepared. I'm just a very organized, prepared person. And I find that when I don't have time to be that way, everything sort of unravels for me. So I really appreciate having a lot of free time in my life. Also, for me, being a highly sensitive person and a person who is anxious, I don't particularly love leaving my house. I leave my house to go on the running trail and, I have to run errands like everyone else. But for me, the most stressful time of my day is leaving my house and going from my house and being in traffic and driving to my office. But then once I get to my office, it is so peaceful. When you work in a massage setting or a spa setting, the entire atmosphere is designed for relaxation. The lighting is dim and the music is soft, and the whole purpose of that building or that space that you're working in is to be conducive to relaxation. It's just a very soothing environment to work in. So if you're anxious or highly sensitive, it can be really good to spend hours and hours of your week in an environment like that is very soothing and soft. The other thing about massage is that the act of giving a massage itself is extremely relaxing. I don't know that every massage therapist experiences it this way, but this is how I experience it. There are some anxious people or highly sensitive people or people with the personality type INFJ that give too much. And a lot of times they are drawn to healing professions, but they can have a tendency to give and give and give until they're totally depleted and drained. And I've even heard of massage therapists that develop chronic illnesses. They're just bleeding themselves dry. They're just giving so much until they have nothing left. I just don't experience the career that way. I don't experience the act of giving massage that way. So when I give a massage, I'm in a dark, peaceful room. The client is usually quiet unless they're a talker. Some people like to talk. But they're quiet most of the time, and I can hear their breathing change. The breathing gets slower, the heart rate slows down, and their brain waves even change, and I feel like I can feel that as well. So maybe you've experienced this if you've ever gotten a massage. Your brain waves change and you can go into a sort of a abstract kind of state of mind with a lot of abstract thinking where you're sort of drifting in and out of this really cozy state of consciousness, but you're not asleep. You're still awake. It's just that your brain waves are different. Well, I pick that up. I feel that when that happens to my clients. And the interesting thing is that as I'm working, I mirror that. So my breathing slows down and my heart rate slows down, and I get even into kind of a different state of mind. that is more abstract and dreamlike. I'm just dropped down into a different state of mind. I don't know that I can exactly explain it. The heart, the actual physical heart, has an electromagnetic field, and the heart rate of one person will affect the heart rate of another person that's in close proximity. So as my clients are relaxing and slowing down, that affects my physiology. And so we're both relaxing. I think with some massage therapists who feel really drained and depleted, there's something else going on energetically. Somehow they are giving their energy to the client and it's just draining them like a battery. They're completely discharged. But what I feel like from massage is that it's a circuit that's complete. It's a current. When I put my hands on people or my feet, I practice barefoot massage, so a lot of times it's my feet that are touching people. Energy comes through me and goes into the client, and then it kind of circulates. The circuit is complete. I don't feel like I'm taking it from them or, I'm giving it to them and they're taking it from me. I don't feel like anybody's being depleted. I feel tapped into an energy that's circulating. So for me, it's a very renewing experience. I mean, I can feel tired if I have a really busy week. It could be physically draining, but for the most part, I don't feel energetically depleted from massage. And I think that this is because I've always been a highly sensitive person. And at some point in my life, in my childhood, like a long, long time ago, I somehow figured this out energetically. So I'm extremely empathic. I feel what other people feel, but it doesn't destroy me. For some reason, I don't take it personally. I feel what other people are feeling, but I know that it's not mine, it's theirs. And also, I feel really comfortable just being with people and feeling that. So if I'm with someone who is really, really grieving, I can tap into that and I feel the grief. I can feel it with them, but I know that it's not mine. I don't resist it or react to it. It just sort of passes through me and I feel very comfortable with it. And so it's almost like, I'm a really tall tree in a storm. The wind can be blowing and blowing and blowing, but I just sort of like sway with it. It doesn't knock me over. I can tolerate really intense emotions and I can just be with people and feel that. I think that there are a lot of other highly sensitive, empathic people that can't do that. They feel the other emotions and it kind of destroys them. I just don't feel that way. I don't know if I did at some point in my life, but really early on, I figured out how to protect myself from it. Maybe that's the case. I just don't feel that way. I feel super, super comfortable with intense emotions. So if there's a client that comes into my practice and they have some sort of like bad energy, sadness or anger or grief, I'm okay with it. I can totally tolerate it. I can feel it and just be with them. One of the reasons that I chose massage therapy as a career is because I wanted to be healthy. And I assumed that if you're helping other people to be healthy, then you have to be healthy. And massage therapy is just a career where you have time to be healthy. And then the healthier you are, the more you can help your clients. And that really is true. But what is a big surprise to me about the career, I didn't know that this would be true, is that I am literally healed while I am healing other people because of those things that I mentioned before. For me, the act of giving a massage is a relaxing experience. It soothes my physiology. So if I'm having a bad day and I'm all up in my head and I have this like circular negative thinking, I think like, oh, I don't know if I can do this today. I don't want to go to work. But then I get there, when I'm actually massaging, I'm out of my head, I'm just in energy. I'm in sensation. It's healing for me and it's healing for my client. That's a little bit about the relationship for me between anxiety and the career of massage and the act of giving a massage. Now, one way that the career is anxiety provoking is the lack of financial stability. It's a career where income is just really inconsistent for most people. Maybe some therapists have a different experience or they've hit upon just some perfect success where they're having a lot of stability and consistent financial gains. That hasn't been the truth for me, and I've talked to so many many other therapists that also struggle with this. So for me, the anxiety that is in my head, the repetitive, obsessive, anxious thoughts are usually about money and not having enough. But overall, the career choice is right for me. And that's why I continue to do it even though the income isn't always secure. So, do you suffer from anxiety? Are you a massage therapist? Let us know in the comments, how does anxiety relate to being a massage therapist for you? Are you considering being a massage therapist? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button.